All right, so what is MongoDB? Well, MongoDB is a non-relational data store for JSON documents. By non-relational, we mean that it doesn't store its data in tables like a relational database does, and it stores JSON documents. Now, all databases, of course, in the world are represented as big disk-like objects. Even if we store them on solid-state disk today, we always make a database look like this. So, what is JSON? Well, JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it looks like this. There's an opening parenthesis, and there's a key, and then a value. So here's a very simple JSON document, and the JSON document has the key name and the value Andrew. You can create a more complex JSON document. I'll show you a slightly more complex JSON document. Here's a slightly more complex JSON document. This JSON document has three different keys in it, A, B, and C, and those are my attempts at quotes. You see there are colons here, and A has the value 4, B has the value 5, and C has the value 7. And these JSON documents are stored within MongoDB. But what makes it non-relational, because you could sort of see this similar to a table, is that they can have some hierarchy. So let me show you a JSON document with some hierarchy in it. Okay, so this is a JSON document with some hierarchy in it. It has a key A, value 6, key B, value 7, and then a key called fruit, which is an array that contains the items apple, pear, and banana. And that's new. Could never do that in a relational table. So that's what MongoDB is at its highest level. It's a JSON document store. And we're going to see that that's really useful when writing programs, because you may have already seen that this type of data structure looks a lot closer to what you have inside your programs than relational data does. Where relational data, and you guys have all seen this before, probably, is a series of tables where there are column names along the top and then rows of data. This doesn't quite match as well with what you typically do inside programs. And this fundamental fact that MongoDB stores documents is what makes it so easy to program in. Now there's another aspect of MongoDB that is interesting, which is that it's also schemaless. What does that mean? Well, schemaless means that two documents don't need to have the same schema. So you could store something in a collection that has the values A and B, and you can see here I've left off the quotes on A and B because they're not always needed, although it's safer to have them. And you could have another document in the same collection that has the values A, B, and C. Okay, it's time for a quiz. Which of the following statements are true about MongoDB? MongoDB is document-oriented, MongoDB supports joins, MongoDB is schemaless, and MongoDB supports SQL.